Hello, this is Mr. Ellis again. I'm going to continue with our study guide videos. In the next section, our concept that we'll cover is for formatting the output. Um, we want to be able to format information that we pull into our programs or that we have created in our programs so that it looks like we would like it to look on the output. So we're going to use two statements that are both in the output stream, the system.out. One is the format statement, and the other is the printf statement. So it would look like system.out, just like we do with the print line, okay, and the print. But instead of those methods, we'll use the format. Okay? And there is another difference in that the strings and the variables that were output by the print and the print line had to have a plus sign between them. Well, what we do is we use certain formatting characters in the string portion, and then we use a comma to specify a comma separated list of values that will be applied to that formatting. And it'll look like this for formatting anyway. But we'll do it for both. Let's first declare some variables. Let's go with a double, and I'll call that my dub, and I'll set it equal to something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dot 6, 7, 8. Okay. I'd also like to have a int, and I'll call that my int, and he'll be rather large, 98,762. And now I need a string, and I'll call this name, or my name. Keep the camel case. And my name will be William Jefferson. Okay. Now that I have some values that I'm going to put out in this formatter, in this format, this is not a formatter, in the output stream, I'm going to create the string by saying the double value is just like we did before, but instead, this time we're going to say dollar sign, I'm sorry, percent sign. How many is that? That's 5.3. And all the decimal output will be float. Okay, it'll take a double and apply the float format to it. Okay, and I want to put a new line in there. The new line, instead of backslash n, is now the percent sign n. Okay, so we do a new line. We put a plus here. Just put it all together, add it in the same output line. The integer value is, and again, I'm going to use the percent sign, and the integer value is d. So you don't have a double. So float and double, use the float formatter, and then the integer value uses the d, the lowercase d for integers. Okay, and I'm going to put a plus sign in here, but I'm going to hit enter so that I can the other line. Okay, now the output for this should go, if I'm going to create it like I'm putting it out with a print line, I have to have a character, the new line character in there. And so I'm going to add those percent ends after I talk about the formatting. I'm going to the new line, the next line. And I do have a plus sign in there somewhere. I do. Okay. So now I'm going to put out the string. And it is $, guess what? Lowercase s. And because this is the last output, I don't need the new line character. Now this is where you separate. Inside that, I'm still tokenizing. I'm still concatenating with the plus sign. But now that I come to the values that will be used, there's a comma separated string of values that are going to be used. And the first one was the float. So I'm going to go with my dub, or dob in that case, comma, my int, and finally my name. Okay, and those values should be picked up by the float, the position oriented, the integer, and the string. Now that output is going to look, hopefully, you're going to have 5 characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before the decimal point, and 3 characters, 1, 2, 3 after the decimal point. Let's save and run this, see what happens. And here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.678, and then your integer value, and also your string, William Jefferson. Now that is a simplistic way to look at it. There probably will be more complex output structures where you intertwine. I use the plus sign. Okay, a lot of the times you'll just have a long line, one big string with all the characters, the formatters in that one big string, and it will basically take the tokenized parameters, my dub, my int, my name, and place them in those positions. And since I have another statement, trying to keep this video short, that I want to demonstrate for you, I said that we have 2. One is the format, which I've just demonstrated. The other is in your book, and it's called print. Instead of line, it is print F. Okay. Now printf takes the same format as the format. It has the same format as the format in that double speak. And I want to do it all in one line this time so you can see that it can become a little bit complex. So open quote. The double value is, and I'm going to do the same, %5, dot 3 f, and then new line. Okay. And I want to, instead of putting in the plus signs to concatenate, I want to simply just go on with my string. This integer value is, and %d, new line, space, and finally the string is %s. Now I'm going to close my quotes, put a comma there, and that's when I come to the arguments. The list of arguments will be the same also. My dob, comma, my int, comma, my name. Okay, and hopefully I'll close that without any problems. I'm going to put a semicolon in there. I do have a squiggly red line there. Put it on the other side. Put a semicolon on it, and that should work. Okay, now I'm going to save this, and then we're going to go back and look at it because I think it's worthy of looking a comparison. They do the same thing, by the way. The format and the printf do the same thing in the same format, using the same format, okay? But this one, I use the plus sign to segregate the values. I put the new line in there, but it's still only one statement, okay? From the start of the statement to the semicolon is one statement. Also, from the start of the statement to the semicolon, this is one statement, but I used one long string. This is all the string that's going to be where the formatting is applied to these values. Okay? And that shouldn't cause you a problem because if you look at it closely, you'll see that this is exactly the same thing. It's just that we've concatenated. Okay, let's see if this works. Control saving and running. Now the first one I get the output, and then right here I didn't use a new line character at the end of this one, so I have the repeated, which should be the same, that starts on the last line, the same line as the last line. So let's fix that. I'm going to add a new line character there, okay, and that should fix that problem. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let us comment this out, run it, and see that the output is all on separate lines. This is the one that the format output, okay? And now as I go through here and comment out the formatting or the format, I'm going to do it with the printf, and you should see the same output. Now, that's something that you'll have to take for granted, that I am running this one statement, and we all trust that when you comment something out, it doesn't execute. So we're going to see the same thing, but it's going to be produced by the printf. There you go. Okay. This has been Mr. Ellis's video study guide, formatting output, chapter 4.